Greetings YouTube, this is my first attempt to ever make an instructional video, so I hope it's helpful to somebody out there. This video is to replace the ignition cylinder on a 93 Toyota Celica. It's probably applicable to other models of Toyotas as well. I am a total car noob. I know very little about cars, and there might be a much better way to handle this situation. So your results may vary. I really don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully this video will help somebody else out at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and start and just list off the tools I used to accomplish this. My situation was that when the key is in ignition, it will not turn. Normally, as I'm sure many people have discovered, before you attempt this, you should make sure that the steering wheel has not, the steering column has not locked the key in. So try rotating the wheel, turning the key to relieve the pressure off of the ignition cylinder, the locking mechanism. If that doesn't work, before you follow my steps, I'd also advise, if you're in a safe position to try it, try jacking the car Try jacking the car up so there's no pressure on the front axle and the front steering column, and try turning the key as well, just in case this, relieving the pressure affects that. Barring all others, if you've tried that and you still cannot get the key to turn at all in the ignition and you're stuck, then this video might be helpful for to you. I'll put some other videos in the description, as well as a little table of contents, and list out the parts that I used in doing this. So without further ado, here we go. A couple things I have here on hand. You're going to need a good source of light. I got this little light here that's like a little shop light. You're going to need a flashlight of some kind. Just make sure you have enough light. Optionally, you're going to need some compressed air. I use this to clean out the place where I drilled out the lock. And this is a must-have. If you don't have this, even if you don't know what you're doing, this will come in useful for a variety of situations. It's a mirror. It's actually like a baton mirror. I got it from my local AutoZone, and it's collapsible. So if you're working on a car, you can use this to see what you're doing. And this will come in handy when I'm making the video. It'll give you a much better view of what I'm working on. So basically, my situation was, no matter what, every time I tried to turn this key, I could not even get it to the accessory position to be able to start the car, which was a requirement. To be able to easily remove the cylinder, you need to have the key in the accessory position. The way the mechanism works is, I'm going to use my mirror now, and it's going to be horribly butchered because I've drilled so much. Hang on a second. Sorry for the jumpiness. Let me get a little more light back there. I am such an amateur. Please forgive me. Alright. I wonder if YouTube has built-in editing. We'll find out, I guess. So, you'll see there's a little teeny there's a little teeny pin that sticks up. Normally when you turn the key in the ignition, this pin here would fall through, and when you turn this key to the accessory position or farther, this pin would fall through and you'd be able to remove the entire lock cylinder. For me, I couldn't even get the key to turn one thing, which probably means there's something wrong with the lock cylinder. So my solution was, I kind of engineered this myself. I couldn't find anything about it, just Googling and YouTube. I may not have looked hard enough, but I decided to drill out that pin on top. So to use that, what I did is I used a drill, like an impact driver, a really small, compact, powerful drill, and I drilled out that pin. And it took me a long time. It probably took about 2 hours of total work, but it probably could have been done in 5 minutes if I would have known what I was doing. So what I did was I drilled out that pin, and then I took a pair of needle nose pliers, which you'll also need, and I was able to remove the pin. Like right now, if I pull out on this, you can tell it's locked in place. It's not moving. That's that pin that's catching. But after many hours of drilling, which it probably shouldn't have taken that long, but again, I'm a total noob and don't know what I'm doing. Let me switch to some better pliers. I was able to remove the pin. Give me just a second. From the ignition cylinder that's holding it in place. See, so then I took this pin out. Let me get a good picture of this pin. This is me having, after drilled on this pin and beat the crap out of it, it's this little piece of, hopefully you can see that, this little piece of silvery, there we go, of silvery pin. And after removing that, I can completely remove the ignition cylinder now. I can give it a good yank and it comes right out. Now the cool thing about this, and let me give you a good look, this thing costs like $100 and some to replace. And this car is 20 years old. This is a 93 Celica, and I'm filming this in 2013. So you can imagine, I don't want to spend like 130 bucks on this car. So looking down inside the cylinder, which is pretty cool. See if I can get the camera at an angle where you can see that, hopefully, without whiting out. You can see there's almost like a little, it's hard to see that thing in the center of the cylinder. It's flat. But what I can do is I can, moving my steering wheel up so it's out of the way, I can take a pair of needle nose pliers, or flat nose pliers, whatever. I can reach in there and try to look at this like this, and I can grab onto that thing and turn. And if I grab in the right place, I can actually start the vehicle without the key in it. In a way, it's kind of like a, it's not quite hot wiring because there's no wiring done, but I felt pretty badass after I figured this out, and I know that's nothing to be, I'm not super cool or anything, but I was pretty proud that I was able to get my car out of the parking lot finally, after a lot of hard work. So, I may need to put the camera down while I try to grab that thing. There we go. So you can see the radio just came on, and then one more turn, and the car starts, and the windshield wipers are on. That's great. So turn those off, and then to stop the car, you can either disconnect the battery, or get in there, grab that thing again, turn it off. And I was able to fortunately drive the car home. I'm going to try to rig something to replace this. You know, or you can just buy another lock cylinder if you're not like a total cheap ass like me. Just go out and buy another one of these lock cylinders. I've seen other videos on here on how to rekey, but this one is completely locked up. Let me see if I can show you. I'll put this stupid thing out here. When I go to try to turn this and turn this key, nothing happens. So this was obviously the problem. It wasn't that the steering column was locked. It's that my lock cylinder, basically in a 20-year-old car, got foobarred. And the way to, just to show you the way this lock cylinder works, is see that thing, it looks like almost a quarter or something would fit in there. That mates over top of this little thing, that little thing in the center of there, in the center of the ignition cylinder, or the housing of the ignition cylinder, and that whenever you rotate the key, that actually rotates. So that's how I was able to start the car. Again, I used a drill. Here's my drill bits. I only broke one bit in the process. Take your time. Don't, after drilling on it for a minute or two, try to use a piece of pliers. And after drilling out the housing where you can actually grab, oh god, this is going to be the worst video ever. Hopefully it helps. But after drilling that out, this is what it looks like. I'll try to get a good visual. Come on, little mirror. See, does that make sense? Yeah, you can get a good view of that. It's just basically I drilled the thing out enough to get needle nose pliers in there, and then I think I probably drilled too long and hard. I didn't realize that at any time I could have probably reached in there with the pliers and just ripped the thing out. A little teeny kind of flat spring came out too with it. So that may have been an easier way to get it out. But after removing that pin, the whole mechanism came out just like in other people's videos, and then you can go ahead and you can just replace the mechanism, or you can start your car in an emergency or something like that if you don't have a key. Hopefully this is not a good tutorial on how to steal a car. I was doing this in a parking lot of a grocery store. Nobody came by and asked, nobody called the cops on me, although I was drilling in the dashboard for probably two or more hours. Nobody even questioned what I was doing, which I thought was pretty funny. But I guess I'm not sketchy enough looking, and I wasn't dressed like a car thief would dress like. So anyway, make sure after you start the car, you put it back to the off position too, which I'm having trouble getting this car back to the off position. Come on, little buddy. Oh, you know what? There. Had to push in a little bit, but now my radio and stuff is off. So that's how you basically, without destroying the cylinder completely, if you just need to remove it, but you can't even get the key to turn, that's how you do it. I hope this video helps. Please leave comments, questions, death threats, etc. in the comments below. I'm a brand new YouTuber. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. And best of luck to you if you're doing the job yourself. Good luck. Thanks.